Well, first of all, thank you so much for giving me an hour of your time to really figure out what GTA Black Women Tech is doing this year. I love this slide because this slide really summarizes the magic that we created in 2023, and people have been part of this journey. Whether you came with us to Paris, whether you decided to share your story in our third volume, whether you decided to become an attendee and join the amazing audience and the amazing community, whether you are one of our speakers and decide to give your time back to support and help one another. And most importantly, actually, everything is important, but also seeing the first interactive history of Mac, we'll come back to that in a minute, which is something I'm really proud of. So I guess in case you don't know who I am and who we are, DJ Black Women in Tech, so we are an award-winning non-profit organizations, and we focus really much on supporting Black women who are already in tech or trying to get into tech, but also tech companies. Tech companies are also struggling to attract Black female talent. So we bring all these great individuals together, company entities together, to really allow Black women to excel in technology, but also allow technology companies to work better with a diverse audience. We know that, we're not going to repeat what we know already, but I'm going to repeat again. Diverse companies always outperform the ones that were not. And we're very blessed and lucky to be part of a bigger ecosystem. So as I mentioned, GTA Black Women in Tech is not an entity on its own, it's part of a big ecosystem. So check out Tech London Advocates, check out Global Tech Advocates, and you can see the other initiatives run by individuals who have a very specific mission, and combined together, we make some magic. I mean, some magic, some hard work. Within our community, I think it's good to know as well where we are in terms of our level. 15% of our members are at a high level, so they are CEO, directors, and so on. 55% at the mid-level, so managers, engineers, and etc. And then we have 20% early careers. So this really tells you that the majority of our community are either already in tech or women who also want to transition into tech. So our job is to really help them get there. But also what is changing, and we're seeing that a lot, we are attracting a lot as well of entrepreneurs. And so we decided as well at the end of this year to really do an entity to support entrepreneurs. We're going to be doing more next year as well, which is super exciting. I think one thing that we're really proud of is our growth, because numbers don't lie. And obviously, you know that our most favorite platform is LinkedIn, where we've achieved phenomenal growth across GTA UK, GTA Ireland, GTA France. You can combine the numbers. It's about now probably more than 13,127, because we grow this number all the time. But also the active members, people we see who are in our mailing list, receive our content, and also attend our events. It's super important, and we're growing every year. Impact. I think at the end of the day, it's great to do things, but if you can't measure your impact, what's the point? What has been great for companies that chose to work with us, 90% of them have been able to hire from our community. And I think that's a great thing. It means that we have not only very talented women and talented Black women, and we know that already, but also if they are ambitious about and intentional about hiring from the Black community, they can definitely do that as well. And also, through our 13,000 connections on LinkedIn, but across other platforms, we are 20,000 combined, which is amazing, of Black women, but also allies and companies who have been able to connect and do so many things together. And for that, over 2,000 since our birth, 2,000 job opportunities have been shared, either on Slack, on our socials, on our job board, and so on, which is an amazing thing. It means that there's a lot of opportunity to get there. And I think one thing that we're really proud of is obviously our books that we've been distributed for the last 3 years, and we're going to carry on again. We have so many more stories of Black women in tech to share and distribute to schools, and now also libraries, which is something that I'm really proud of. It's interesting. I will tell you a story. A lot of people, when I first wanted to do this project about the book, people told me there's not enough story to tell. There's no reason to make a book, and I'm glad sometimes, I think part of that journey to remember as well that you will encounter people that will be your naysayers or will try to diminish your vision to where they are. So sometimes it's good to listen, sometimes it's good not to listen. And 197, that's the amount of Black female leaders we have put on our stages over the years, and really part of that. So we want to increase that number by 300 by the end of this year. So we're excited about that. All right, let's carry on. Achievement carrying on. Last year, I was the most influential woman in tech, and this year I was so proud and really, really long time expected. Suki Fuller was the most influential woman. The reason why I say that, because I want you to normalize applying for these awards, because now I see my feed is full of you winning awards in every form, CBE, MBE, awards, Women of the Year, and so on. That really pleases. Really understand the power of elevating your personal profile to the mission that you want to achieve. I don't do it just for bragging. I do this because I want to bring more attention to what I'm doing. And that's what's so important. So really do not feel embarrassed to brag about your success, right? And if it's something that I'm really proud of, this was probably the most expensive project I've ever done for this nonprofit of mine, was this crazy mission, not only just expensive, but also crazy to decide to create the first interactive history map that tells the stories of Black women throughout time, throughout centuries, and really have the support of a number of organizations. Because obviously, what was really a clever move is the fact that the boats moving on the map, if you haven't seen this map, it's on the website right now, will take you back to the website of the companies who are involved. But also what we wanted to do for this map is that there could be a lot of stories that haven't been documented. So we really wanted to invite you. So if you have even your ancestors, Black female who have been super powerful or influential, do tell us so we can continue adding more and more Black women on this map. Just so you know, the map that is really right now will change because United Nations Women have been our partner on this project, and they also have additional women that they want, Black women that they want to add on the profile. Obviously, if there's any Black women that we haven't featured, please do message us, and we're going to continue developing this map again and again. And if you have a copy of the book, volume 3, you will see that there's a QR code that takes you straight to this map, and we're really proud of that. All right? Numbers don't lie. And I think it's important to understand your numbers because it also gives you really strong power when you're having conversation with individuals, whatever it is a government, whatever it is a company, whatever it is other individuals. And this number, you probably heard it more than once, 0.7%. That's the number of Black women in tech right now in technology, which is not even 1%, which is really sad. And this report was put together by Coding Black Female and the British Computer Society. So really appreciative of these initiatives that are there to really highlight the problem that there is in technology. 20%, that's the number of tech roles that need to be that are filled by a woman compared to 50%, which is really, really, really low, right? So we can do better than this. But also 20,000, that's the number of Black women we need to get, through the technology, through the tech recruitment sphere to really fix the numbers. And those 20,000, I think we can do it. You have to be sometimes ambitious and a bit crazy about it to see something happen. And that's me. I'm crazy. I like the crazy. And I think everybody should embrace the crazy inside themselves so they can do something that hasn't been done so we can achieve a different outcome. And obviously, we know the shortage is there. AI has been on everybody's mouth, lips this year. And I would say embrace it. Understand how you can utilize it for your best advantage. But also, it will completely disrupt every industry. And as long as you're aware of the possibilities, and this is why I say to all my Black women, but not just Black women, do not be a stranger. Familiarize yourself, understand how it works, so you can really continue to stay relevant to the space. And obviously, that shortage, obviously, because of a lack of people with skills. And I was at an event a few days ago, and one of the biggest issues is getting more people skilled. So we need to fix that issue, working with or without the government, right? Obviously, it's better if we work with them than without. But if it doesn't happen, that's why the ecosystem of global tech advocates and Tech London advocates are there to support you, not just with Black women in tech. So what we want to do, we want to fix this. Right? So people say, okay, that's very ambitious, but how are you going to go about it? Right? I'm going to tell you. So we're going to focus on 3. 3 is my magic number. I always say 3 is my magic number, except in a relationship. So we're going to focus on 3 key pillars for our community, so our community of Black women, but also going to focus on 3 pillars for our companies, the companies that work with us. We haven't yet fully engaged with the government, but I think naturally it will come at some point as we become more and more present. So the first part is obviously fostering new entrants. So how are we going to help Black women, Black girls think about technology as a career of choice, as a possibility for them, so they don't put hurdles in their mind that they can't achieve that. And that's where the school engagement that we're going to be more present next year, we're going to do, but also continue to distribute our book for free. And also continue developing creative experiences. And that means working closely with principals, librarians, and career advisors. I don't know for you, but when I was young, I was badly advised. They told me, I think you should be a secretary. There's nothing wrong with being a secretary, but it was far too easy for me, and I realized I could do so much more, right? And part of that reason why I say that is because a lot of career advisors are not even aware of the different roles that are available in technology. And that's very dangerous when you think about it. Fostering, obviously, we need to support our Black women who are already in professional roles, whether they are already in tech, whether they're not in tech. And this is what part of the thing that we're going to do this year is really working on a campaign about transitioning to tech. I'm going to explain that in a minute, and continue developing events and training and obviously leadership program. What I'm telling you is not all of us doing this, and this is where I'm really working in collaboration with different organizations that can help us get there. We have a community, and we want to put you in front of them to really support you as much as we can, so we can achieve this. And that's why it's important when we see us sharing with you, surveys and whatsoever, respond to it, because if we don't know what you want, how can we help you? And the third pillar is legacy. Legacy is powerful. We know the power of storytelling, and so the book as well sits in this category where we want you to come, put yourself forward to tell your story. Yes, nominate yourself. Don't wait for magic to happen. Yes, pick, go and nominate yourself and apply to be featured in volume 4 of the Voices in the Shadow. This is a mission that we have to continue distributing this book across the UK and Ireland, but furthermore, obviously, we need the support of companies not only understand our vision and support us in making this financially possible, right? So for that, supporting scholars, students, professionals, but also leaders and executives, but also entrepreneurs. I think one part that I haven't mentioned enough is entrepreneur. And again, something we work with organizations that are doing so many great work already, such as Foundervine or Black Tech Valley, and so on, or Black Business Show, to really support you. So it's all about collaboration. There's no point for me to create something that has already been done by people who do it better. It's about how we're working together as a great ecosystem to support you, support our community. So this is for our community, but we also have some objective for our brands. I think we realize quite a lot is that sometimes, I'm very lucky and grateful to work with some of the most amazing brands. And it's amazing to think that sometimes they're doubtful about their ability to attract brands. And I say to them, attract a Black woman. And I think I say to them that the biggest issue that you have is sometimes an employer branding perception, an employer perception. Does your brand tells the world or tells Black women specifically that it's a great place for her to work? And it's not just a matter of perception, because that would be one thing, but also what do you do as a company? And that's why we're also going to be working on brand perception and talent attraction consultancy, but also Black employer branding. How are you going to make it so people, when they come into your business, is that they're going to stay, and it's a place for them to grow? Because this is where quite often the problem happens, that you spend all this money working and trying to hire Black women, but companies don't do enough to have them support them with a full sponsorship or mentoring and so on, to feel that they're included. And again, can sometimes be a company culture, and that's something that's what we're going to be working on. The third pillar is obviously communication campaign. This is where it's super important. I'm looking for influencers, right? So we want to also work in terms of how we can bring some influence. There's so many individuals of you who are present on social media and do some great things. So we want to do that. And obviously brand campaign, we're going to carry on doing those brand campaign as creative as they can be. But also we want to build our brand female speaker portfolio, right? Because a lot of companies come to us and ask to find women who can speak on different subjects. So we're going to come for you for that. And obviously, I want to make sure you get paid. Yes, you get paid for this. Very important. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to help you get there and help you really build your speaker profile. I do not want to be the only one on stage. I want to see a lot of you, not just at Black event, but also non-Black event on more specific. People know me as a marketer. That's a topic that I tend to be speaking outside of the Black community. But what is your expertise beyond the Black network? I really want you to tap into that. And obviously, we have a job board. If you haven't checked out job boards, there's a lot of good opportunities right now with Workforce, with Udemy in Ireland as well, but just not beyond Ireland, they're everywhere. These are big companies, right? So really check out our job boards. We're going to keep on developing and adding more and more opportunities, and so on and so on. And the third pillar is obviously events and education. You love our events. We want to really tap into the opportunities that are within those organizations, whether it is Barclays, whatever it is Accenture, whatever it is Google, whatever, because they do a lot of things, and sometimes we're not aware of it. right? So we want to make sure that you are aware of it, but also we bring you to the offices so you can really get a sense of what it'd be like to work at AWS, what it would be like to work at Udemy, what it would be like to work at Workday. And we're going to keep on developing our master classes. And this is an invitation as well for our brand members to join us and deliver a master class. And so be ready, it's going to be exciting. There's a lot of things to do. So it's a long-term. When I think about this, like I always say to brands, if you decide to get involved with us, don't make it 1 year. There's no point. You're not going to achieve great results. It's a long-term journey. And obviously, this is why we also have annual brand membership to it. Okay, let's talk about plans. I'm giving you a bit of a strategy, right? I'm giving a strategy. Now, I really want to give you in terms of how it's going to happen. And please write your questions because we're going to have an ongoing conversation after that. So let's talk about what's happening in 2024. So the transition into tech is probably one of our big campaign of next year. We haven't done campaigns, so the first time we do a very specific campaign to really help more Black women get into tech. Because I think what we really pay attention to our data, really pay attention to people who come and join our community. Why are you here? And from information, we've seen a lot of Black women want to figure out, especially if they have been working in the industry for 10 years, or maybe you have no experience at all. How do you get into tech? And they feel like it's a maze. And so we are doing a few things. So first thing, we want to tell you the stories of Black women who have done really, really well and how they've transitioned into tech. There's some stories already in our library. If you haven't checked it out, please do check it out. We're going to be doing events to really help you. There's one that's, if you have not registered, there's an event at Salesforce in January. I don't remember the exact date, but it's in January, and it's specifically for women wanting to transition into tech. So we're going to be at the top floor level. If you've never been to Salesforce office, this is your perfect occasion to go there. So check it out. You go into our Eventbrite. And again, we're going to have a video series. So we're going to really develop our YouTube channel and spend more time providing great content wherever you have access to us, because we want to keep supporting our community beyond just London. Obviously, we're London-based. We want to make sure that we also reaching out people outside London. I know a lot of you travel to come to our events, which really warms our hearts. But again, if you can't because you have children and so on, this is where our video content and online content helps you reach you further. Because we did an event in Manchester and it was phenomenal. And we realized that we have to go beyond London and do more physical events outside. But so we need to know where you are so we can come to you. And the guide that we had a guide for a very long time, transition to tech guide, we've improved it. We're working in a new version with new information because there's lots of great initiatives that have been born, and we want to make sure that you find out how to get there and really when to get there so you don't miss the opportunities, right? But it's going to be much more to get involved into this. Obviously, what's super exciting, we go into Germany. Yes, we're opening our 4th chapter in Germany. And obviously, we're going to have to open in the capital city. So we're going to be in Germany. We're going to be opening in Berlin. If you miss the France Tech Tour, please do not miss this one, right? This is going to be fire. And so it's happening on the 25th. Save a date. The 25th and the 26th, which is a Thursday and a Friday. So Thursday will be a Thursday night only, and then Friday will be a full day. So last year was something we did the evening event on the Thursday, and the Friday was a full-on ecosystem tech tour. Let's see how Germany is doing when it comes to tech. So this is why we want to invite you. And obviously, we're going to have some fun on the weekend and do things. I must say, I do not speak German. Everybody speaks English in Germany, which is fantastic. So I get to practice my German, which will be fantastic. So you get to discover the ecosystem in Berlin. We're opening in Berlin, but it doesn't mean that we're going to do all our events in Germany in Berlin. We want to really go in different cities because Berlin is not necessarily the capital city, not necessarily the city of tech. And that's why we're going to move around and see where the vibe is. Yes, but I guess as this is our opening, we're going to be in Berlin first. And then, yes, it's going to be a great opportunity to meet, network, and connect, of course. And then we're going to also put together a great program of activities to do in the evening and the weekend. I don't know if you like sausages, but certainly I do not eat red meat or pork, but I'm sure there'll be other options for you to eat. So yes, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and also the weather will be much warmer by April because trust me, I've been to Berlin in during winter. It is horrible and extremely cold. I don't know how we do it. All right, so please save a date. As soon as we have dates, if you are in, make sure you are in our newsletter. As soon as you have a date, reserve it. It would not be will be a number of limited tickets for the Friday. And then the first day would be open room, so we get to meet as well black girls in Germany, right? So that's for that. So we decided to reboot our program. I must say, when we launched our ambassador program, it was a bit shaky. We didn't really know what to do, because a lot of you say, I want to help. Can I help you? Can I volunteer? We do have no clue. We've never done this. It was very new to us. And we tested it last year. Some things were good, something could have been improved. So we decided to reboot it and make it better. So we have basically different type of ambassadors. So we're looking for regional ambassadors for each chapter. Regional ambassador really acts as the lead of the ambassador, so it is a higher responsibility. We have school ambassador, we have communication ambassador, we have on-site event ambassadors, moderate ambassador, and you can find the details of each ambassador role on our website. You go to the job board again. Allow us a couple of days. You're going to see a new version of the website that's going to be relaunched in a few days, hopefully by the end of the day or Monday, and you will be easily able to find information. At the moment, it's a bit of a mess, right? So that's why we're improving. You also need to see new colors to the yellow and to the black. But yeah, so the regional ambassador basically leads, and with another regional ambassador, and really decide and have the ambassadors of the group too. And then the school ambassador is in charge of looking after relationship with schools, to make sure that we do a lot of visits and have Black women speaking at school, which is super important. And with the research ambassador really helps for our projects. So there's different roles depending on what you want to do. And we have a lot of benefits, right? So with it, you get recognized. We want to make sure that this also open doors. I think do not undervalue the power of doing volunteering work. Whatever you are, a trustee, I mean, you can have a trustee role for a charity or so on. It really helps you as well to build your own credibility and profile. We will have our own exclusive invitation to our annual ambassador celebration events that we're now going to start doing. So it's going to be just for ambassador, a very full-on event. So look forward to 2024 event. And we'll bring people from all over different chapters to meet together. It will be really nice. Also, paid opportunities. Again, remember, part of our, if you are a speaker, not everybody wants to speak, but if you are interested in becoming a speaker, we really want to open the door for you to do so, right? I'm a well-known keynote speaker as a marketer, and I want to make sure that there's more of me who are really well-known in the Black community. Obviously, we're going to add as well a page to feature your profile, so we can know who you are, that you are officially our ambassador, and also this really help raise your brand profile and so much more. And of course, we love a package. So you've probably seen already our merchandise. Yes, we have a lot of beautiful merchandise. So we're improving it as well. So part of that as well, we give you a great mug, and you also have a t-shirts, which are beautiful. Let me see if I can get another one here. Just right there, we have a couple of t-shirts that we've made, and they're very good, and we're going to keep on producing some new designs. So very funky, so it doesn't even look like a merch t-shirt, look like a very nice design t-shirt. So that's one of the amazing things that we have planned for our ambassadors. And obviously you get to attend the festival for free. We're going to talk about the festival in a minute, so see what's going to happen with that. What else is new? All right, so again, something with our action masterclass, we are bringing again some new amazing expert in the field. If you haven't watched some of our previous masterclass from last year, please watch them. They're brilliant. I did one on personal branding. People always ask me, how do you build a personal brand? I give you a course and watch it for free. I usually charge people for that, and I did it for free for you guys. So mindset, of course, mindset is a big thing. Mindset is always a very important part of how you see your success. So we're going to talk on mindset. We're going to do a money one, because I think if you don't know how to make your money grow, how can you really get further? We're going to talk about personal brand again. We're going to talk about strategy and growth, career. Whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a professional, we're going to help you give some strategies. And that's why it's very important that you give us feedback on what you are after, so we can really nurture our content to what you need, right? It's very important. And obviously there's a bit more. So this is why we leave room for more options coming from you. Obviously, the Voice in the Shadow 2024 is coming back. And I'm going to reveal, if you haven't seen the new cover, I'm going to reveal the cover of the 2024 volume, fourth volume, and I'm super excited about that. Obviously, we've been going on from 2021. We started in 2021 with the first book, which was a great success. And then 2022, we carried on, which you can see the artwork, the artwork that came out from the volume 2 volume concept, which was around colorism and dark skin discrimination. And the third volume was the history, the legacy, and that's why you've seen the map, right? So with every book come a concept, except from volume one, because volume one was just a first try. So I can't read if you're saying are you ready or not, but I'm gonna show you anyway. So for volume, these books also sit in the British Library, and for volume number four, we had decided to make you superhero, to bring some black female superheroes. Black female superheroes, really the idea is to really create a nice cartoon that tells the stories of how black women use their superpower that comes from their hair. So welcome for the hair. So we're gonna address this. I'm not gonna tell you more on this, but that's gonna be an interesting story. So that's all I'm gonna tell you. So really trying to get the attention of kids to think about seeing themselves representation for hairstyles, seeing themselves in the hairstyle as well. But also what I want to do with that is about taking through a history of hairstyles and how our hair have changed. Whether you wear weave like me or whether you wear, you do natural hair, embrace yourself. This is what makes you who you are as a black woman. Right? So we've been really proud of the impact, and this is why those books are so important, just as well for the brands who are listening. Like if you are representing your business, and why it's important to get involved in this, because this is an evergreen content, and the impact is timeless. It stays in each library because we keep on distributing in different schools every time. So great exposure, and every time we're reaching out about 986 scholars, which is almost under a million every year of people who can see the book, and without counting the parents and the principals and the librarians who really can emphasize. And so we want to push this a bit more. So again, Sophie, we're going to work on collaboration with different organizations such as Tech Chicken as well, which are doing some great work, another charity specifically for girls, not just black, but just girls. So we're going to do a lot of collaboration with different organizations to really bring out massive exposure. And the reason why I tell you that is it's very important that when you realize that the problem is bigger than you, don't try to solve it on your own. Right? You need to bring everybody at the table. So this is why partnership and collaborations is super key. Again, this year was a great success. I'm announcing the date. You've seen it's 2 dates, right? So it's changing. We're making it 2 dates. 2 days, yes. Instead of 1 day, it's going to be 2 days of show. So, and we had for the first time this year an entrepreneur room, which you can see on the far left. On this side was the entrepreneur room, which was full. We're really nervous because we didn't know how many people would turn up. And obviously, we know from our community we have a massive black female professional network, but we're not sure how many of them would be entrepreneur. I mean, numbers were there, but we're still a bit doubtful in terms of who would come. And the women who are running their own business managed to pitch their business to an audience with so much confidence. I don't know why I'm always surprised when I see us doing some great work, which is really a token for us, and really also grateful for all the amazing leaders who came, such as Easy from Fathervine, and also from Black Valley, Leke, who was there as well. So really amazing. And obviously brands, everybody's welcome in our event. You don't have to be a black woman to come to our event. Really, everybody's welcome. But it's a great opportunity not only to connect, find companies who are hiring as well, meet some great female leaders. Some women can be your next mentor. And that's why it's important to really, you're as strong as the network that you build. So super, super, super key. Yeah, so some great memories, some great pictures from last year, but also year before that you can see here. So really proud of that. As a brand, this is probably the best piece to get involved in. Again, here is me pitching to any brands are in the room, or if you're representing your business, to great there because this stays there and forever. This is a timeless piece, and really advise to get involved. And please do tell your company if you are representing a company, do tell us, connect me to your head of D&I. I will be very grateful to really just have a conversation if you're interested in getting involved, which is brilliant. With even even though the map was just produced, we're still adding both. If you want your company both to be on the map, it's not too late because this map keep evolving. So we'll keep adding things. I forgot to mention as well that we are going to present the latest version of this map at the United Nations. So if your brand gets there before it gets put into United Nations, this is a massive exposure for your business. So really great, great, great thing. And I'm just finishing up with case studies because I think we've done so many great things, and people have seen from working with AWS as well in London to Dublin to Paris. Paris was a crazy challenge, and we managed to do it. And it's been amazing to see so many Black women connecting who have never seen each other and come to this with us. And we want to create the same journey going to Germany and so on. So please do tell us after Germany, where should we go next? Waiting for you to tell us where we go next. But it's been a fantastic journey. And I know that America is waiting for us. We haven't been there yet. We do are focusing in Europe. So yeah, so do come. And if you haven't been to visit to our events, please do come. It's always my biggest issue is trying to get people to leave. Nobody wants to leave, which is a great thing. And yes, some great examples of work back in the day. Again, we're going to be doing more work with Google because Google is still working with us. So we're going to do more great things, and such as Accenture. So you've probably seen in the newsletter, we're going to be in Ireland in February, end of February, and we're also going to be working Workdays and event Workday at the beginning of February in Dublin. So both in Dublin. So if you're in Dublin, if you know someone who's in Dublin, please do come to our events. Or if you want to make it a trip, I mean, they are offering visa and support if you want to move to Dublin. Why not? Life is your oyster. Make it what you wish, right? So this is some great things. And obviously our merch, this beautiful artwork. I've seen it in many offices, such as Toyota office and Accenture office, not just in our office. And I've seen many people also own this, such as Russ, who was in the room, if he's still there. And it's a beautiful piece. It just gives you so much light. So if you want to purchase this, it also supports our activities and it's still available for you to get it. And such as our merch, obviously, our merch of great examples. Obviously, you're going to see me looking fabulous here with my short hair. A perfect example of how great it looks in different settings, whatever you have in your lounge room, whether you have in living room or in your office. And obviously, our merch, if you're not familiar, we've also launched our first merch collection. We're going to keep adding new design pieces that people can get and enjoy. So something that I'm really proud of. So this is really exciting. Really something that I'm really excited for to talk about and really share what we're doing for 2024.